going to send an invitation? Is that how we're going to do it?
We could try because I still am struggling with it, but I don't know what to do.
Or do we want to do it all on this broadcast and then retape it, or whatever anybody wants to do?
What do you want
I think
to
it
do?
will be better. I was saying I think it's better if we just do it and then record it, because that gives me the chance to include what all the feedback you give me.
Okay.
Okay. But I don't know how to splice anything or do anything like that.
I figured it out on YouTube.
Okay.
So I can do that if you want.
Okay, because
Maybe.
I have no idea how to do that.
Right.
Okay. All right, let me grab my stuff. So I didn't even count my words. Because I thought, whatever, I'm just going to wing it here. So.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Fridays at the Jensen home are our deep cleaning days. 16 years ago, I was cleaning out my boys' bathroom, and behind the toilet, I discovered a stack of carefully cut out models from Victoria's Secret magazines and other sporting magazines that I had coming to my home on a regular basis. I had to discover which one of my children had been doing this. So I searched my kids' rooms and found that my 6-year-old son had been cutting these models out, and they were all dressed in scantily bras and underwear. I was mortified and devastated and had to figure out what was wrong with my son. I was inspired to put the cutouts back behind the toilet, and I called, my husband and I called our pediatrician. She said, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it, it's a natural phase little boys go through, don't make a big deal about it, in fact, don't even bring it up. And my husband and I knew in our hearts that that was not the way to handle this situation. We had allowed pornography to leak into our home, and we didn't even know it, and we had to figure out what to do. Pornography is a representation designed to arouse and give sexual pleasures to those who read, see, hear, and handle them. What seems pornographic to some people is not pornographic to other people, and that's what we learned. I'd like to share with you the top 3 ways pornography can leak into your home without you even knowing it. The first one is mobile devices. These are your smartphones, your tablets, your laptops, and your home computers. The first thing to do about that is to put filters on everything, including yours and your spouse's. You're not immune to that. So, and then you can Google free apps or parental controls that either cost money or are free, and they're really efficient and work really well. Also, the best thing to do is try to keep your technology in the public areas of your home, and try to stop internet access for as long as you can on your children's devices. Hold off on that. The second way pornography can leak into your home is through YouTube. YouTube even realizes they're having an issue with pornography, and they're working on trying to eliminate the unsavory comments and the vulgar pictures that are popping up in their web browser. They also have a safety mode that you can enable on all of your devices, and there's other options like Kid YouTube and Teen YouTube. And those are really efficient. The third way pornography can leak into your home is through your TV and your on-demand internet media streaming companies like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Fire TV. Again, parental controls are everything. You can block channels, you can enable purchasing abilities for these different sites. You've got to have filters on everything. And for your information, Amazon Fire TV has the best ratings for effective blocking and safety uses. And always remember that books can be as arousing and erotic as film, and different magazines can bring in inappropriate advertisements, articles, and pictures as well. So what can we do as parents and families? I've created the 3 C's. Keep current, communicate, and check up. First of all, keep current. Be aware of all the ways pornography can leak into your home. And put your parental controls on them. And again, keep your technology in public areas of your home. The second one is communicate with your family. Talk about and review your personal standards and worthiness. Set rules, regulations, and guidelines and explain why you're setting them. Openly talk about the issues of pornography and how to be aware of them and what you should do when you encounter them in your home. And then always set a positive example. These things start with you. The third one is check up. Follow the rules or follow up with the rules and regulations and guidelines and expectations and standards on a regular basis. Tweak and implement new rules as needed. And remember, technology changes fast, and so do your children. And then let your spouse and your children know that you're watching them. So how did we handle this situation in our home? I left all of the cutout stacks in their place, and we decided as a family that we would remove all magazines and catalogs from our home that brought in pornography. We discussed our religious standards and expectations. We discussed more openly the harmful effects of pornography. I updated all the filters and reiterated all the rules of our home. And my husband had an early sex talk with my 6-year-old son. Through these discussions and actions, our son figured out on his own what he was doing was wrong. He collected all of the cutouts that he had stashed and brought them to my husband. Together, they destroyed not only the cutouts, but perhaps a harmful addiction to pornography. So remember, to keep pornography from leaking into your home, use the 3 C's. Keep current, communicate, and always check up. Thank you.
Can you tell me again what was the first one of the 3 steps? The very last thing you...
Keep current. Did I see keep connected? I may have said the wrong word, but it's keep current, communicate, and check up.
No, I think you said keep current.
Okay.
And that was really good. It's interesting because a lot of the things that we've had to discuss with our kids, which really, YouTube is horrible. The kids could type in Mickey Mouse and pornography pops up. So it's really bad. But I had a thought. What was it? Some of what was surprising, the things that led my kids to try to figure things out were innocent things. So, well, I take that back. I don't agree that pop music is innocent. There's a lot of underlying messages that are very submissive and lead the kids to think and behave and feel things that they shouldn't. So I've had to have a lot of talks with my kids about different music that we hear. But my daughter, she struggled with it, and I asked her what she was in tears. She's like, "Mom, I'll tell you when it started for me. It was when I was watching an LDS show, you know, one of the movies that they put out. It was about a returned missionary who had been in a car accident right on his way home from his mission and died and then came back to life." And she says there was a point in there he was engaged and he was tempted and he mentioned that he wanted to have sex with the girl. She says, "I didn't know what that was, so I went and I looked it up." And so innocent movies that you wouldn't even think will lead your child to search out things. And it's strange because we've had several talks with our kids and then to find out that it still finds its way into your house. It's very challenging to keep it out.
Yeah. And go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Well, I was just, my son was 6 years old, and I thought, why is he engaged in this? It really scared me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that it's very important to understand my wife and we had a conversation with my younger daughter, my older daughter, when she was 9, simply because we found research studies that found that the first sexual encounter that most kids have, or not most kids, but the earlier, is 9 years old.
Yeah.
So, and that was blown away because at 9 years old I was playing and GI Joe, not thinking on about sex.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation with my daughter simply because well she that's when it was at age 9 when she had her first monthly visit, and I thought I was panicking and freaking out.
Yeah.
So we had to have this conversation. But the truth is that they start very early with their curiosity about things,
Yeah.
and that's why we as parents need to be aware because um, it's this generation is nothing like the one we grew up.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is you guys all, I mean, we all were courageous enough to do that talk early. So that was good.
I think it was hard because, like, we tried with. It's funny how many times we've had to talk to our kids about it and and panic about it. But it's interesting that some of them just they still struggled with it. And we've done Net Nanny, and then fighting with even my husband to have it installed on. I should say I did Net Nanny. Having my husband agree to installing it on his phone and other devices, he was furious about it. He didn't want to have that filter because he said, well, I would never do it. I'm like, but the thing is, kids get on the phones, and why not protect your family just in case? Because I've noticed that the kids, like I said on YouTube, they type in Mickey Mouse, they type in innocent things, and they're still exposed. They cannot get away from it because it is connected to so many things, and even going on Pinterest, or if you're doing a search on Google and you go through images, they come up with things. It's everywhere. Billboards, it's just everywhere, and you can't shelter your kids enough. I mean, they're going to get it somehow.
Right, and I just found with our kids is just keeping those lines of communication open. And having our home be a safe place where you can talk about it, learn about it, even joke about it.
Yeah.
I mean, your home has to be a safe place.
I agree.
But
All right.
with regard to your speech, what I like the most is the emotional investment. You were able to communicate to me your emotional investment on this topic, and that really captured my attention.
Thank you.
It was very good.
All right. So do we want to just keep going on this string, or do you want to try to go out and come back in again?
Well, Martin,
no, I don't want to go out.
Why don't we? Well, let's let Martin do it.
I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave.
Totally agree.
Okay. Well,
Don't leave me.
Let's just stay here then. But Carol, I really have no clue how to splice.
Yeah, so this will be interesting because I know that I can I can cut up my own videos that I had, like when it was the one that I invited everybody to, I could go into YouTube and do that. And if I don't know if I can do that because it's through yours, but I can teach you how to do that if you want, and it's actually simple enough, especially if you want to just cut your video and send your part in, and then if needs be, Martin and I can just redo ours.
Okay.
And
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
What if we just ask the instructor if we can just do this over Skype, and then we just record and paste or post the link to our speech, because I think it's so frustrating. I'm just about to make a direct phone call, but
well, I think it's okay to make a direct phone call. But what we could maybe do too, Carol, is maybe if we went out and then you sent the invitation. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's try. Well, you stick with me while I create it and see. That way we're not losing anybody.
Yeah, but I think we have to go, if we open up two screens, it causes a lot of like
No, well,
back talk.
right. No, I can go ahead and set up a new one while we're still on, and invite you before we get out of this one. That
Okay.
way we can make sure that you receive the invite. And get into it.
Martin, when you got onto mine that I sent you today, did it come in a little green, like on the corner of your phone that said, join this conversation?
It did.
Okay. But that doesn't, so when you're sitting at your computer, are you on your Google Hangout home page?
Yes.
Okay.
Hangout homepage, or is it just a Google Plus page?
Well, you have to, I have found that I only get the little invitation in the corner of my computer if I'm actually on my home page. But like I said, every time I've done this, it's been a different experience.
This is,
Did
yeah,
you just send?
I
Did you just
just,
send one?
I did. Let's see if it sent. Oh yeah, it should. Did you get something?
You are in this video call.
Yeah,
Let's.
you have to hang up. You have to
Okay.
hang up from
Oh,
your
I haven't
video.
started this one. You should be able to receive an invite first, because I haven't started it. It's just an invite.
Right, but see, the invite doesn't do anything for me. I say yes, and then
Okay.
I wait until you go into the second one and actually start it.
All right. I do not know how to do the URL. I can't figure out how to do the web address and share that. So if you can do that once we get in there, just in case we can't all get on, that would be great.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Okay, hanging up.
All right, so let's hang up.